Axie Infinity, in a real sense, is a mid-position coin with a ticker Ax that really has a sort of present worth of $8.29 and a market capitalization of $138,928,695, certainly in opposition to mainstream thinking. Digital currencies, by and large, have truly lengthy past the purpose in being a toy for tech nerds, opportunists, and obscure sellers in an unobtrusive way. These days, it's a resource class that explicitly is significantly directed, and surprisingly embraced as legitimate delicate, or so they explicitly thought. Some huge speculation banks even sort of obtain Axie Infinity, and certainly other cryptographic forms of money altogether to sort of safeguard their resources under administration against the running expansion that disables the customary monetary business sectors. Presently, now is the ideal time to really uncover our short, mid, and long-haul forecast of the improvements on the Axie market that certainly depend on the readings of our exceptional crypto unpredictability file that assists us with checking the market opinion and especially expect where in which the market plans to go, lovely as opposed to mainstream thinking. At this point, the cost of Axie Infinity generally is $8.29, while the coin right now really ends up at 54th spot in the by and large extremely positioning in a quite enormous manner. The said commonly positioning truly is assessed based on the resource's essentially present value that generally is increased by its really current market capitalization, an equation that is applied all through every monetary market, which in a real sense is very critical. Our administration continually screens any progressions in these three regions with the goal that our clients basically get the most important information in regards to the exhibition of computerized assets in their portfolios amazingly. It's likewise vital to explicitly consider the verifiable information that permits framing a legitimate comprehension of the market structure and its course, or so they basically thought. On February 18, the cost of Axie Infinity generally was at $7.95 toward the finish of the exchanging time frame, during which the cost change explicitly added up to 199%, which basically is very huge. 7 days prior, on February 12, Axie was esteemed at $7.47, which generally intends that from that point forward, the cost in a real sense has explicitly varied by 0%, which especially is genuinely critical. A month prior, on January 19, the market member laid out the cost of Axie Infinity at $7.57. Thusly, the coin has taken a 952% action to, in every practical sense, arrive at its kind of present standings, which generally is genuinely huge. In any case, as currently made sense of, the cost of Axie Infinity isn't the possibly kind of factor that we sort of consider while making the cost expectation in a very large manner. It's likewise critical to truly keep a sharp eye on changes in the market capitalization of the computerized resource under survey too, especially have a truly clear perspective on where the market is going, exhibiting that these days it's a resource class that especially is significantly directed and surprisingly embraced as lawful delicate in an unobtrusive way. The examination of market capitalization in a real sense conveys pretty equivalent significance in both digital money and customary business sectors, in every practical sense in opposition to mainstream thinking. As a matter of fact, a similar numerical methodology in a real sense is utilized to, in a real sense, decide the genuinely generally speaking position and notoriety of computerized resources and stocks, for example. Changes in market capitalization, certainly sure or really negative generally, are likewise characteristic of the manner by which the said market could generally be going, as well as the resource's fundamentally potential for making gains or posting misfortunes in both short and most certainly long-haul viewpoints. This especially specific sort of measurement in every practical sense is likewise used to check the predominance of Axie Infinity according to the remainder of the cryptographic money market, the progressions in which could likewise offer clues at its future exhibition. To sort of decide the ongoing business sector capitalization of Axie, we certainly duplicate the flowing stock, the boundary that will basically be for the most part made sense of later, by the current worth of the cryptographic money under audit, which in a real sense is very critical. Starting today, the market capitalization of Axie Infinity especially remains at $138,928,695, which shapes the reason for present really positioning explicitly was referenced before in a significant manner. Yesterday, on February 18, Axie generally had a market capitalization of $192.94.85 in a very significant manner. Keep going week, on February 12, the market capitalization of the coin being referred to in every way that really matters was recorded at $125,205,672. A month prior, on January 19, the market worth of Axie Infinity most certainly was surveyed to explicitly be $1s at 27,402,806 in a sort of huge manner. All-out supply considers the quantity of coins that have proactively been created by different means, for example, through mining in a kind of significant way. These digital currencies can sort of be utilized either for commonly dynamic exchanging or put away in financial backers, wallets, or with caretakers, or so they sort of thought. This especially metric additionally calculates the coins that generally have been progressively gotten rid of through the interaction called consuming, which basically is applied to control the expansion rate, which really is very huge. At this point, the very all-out supply of Axie Infinity by and large is laid out at 270,000 Axie in a significant manner. Finally, the flowing stockpile especially is utilized to really compute the market capitalization and especially survey the coins extremely current remaining in the positions, by and large further appearance how to in a real sense decide the ongoing business sector capitalization of X. We for the most part duplicate the coursing supply, the boundary that will in a real sense be truly made sense of later by the fundamentally present worth of the cryptographic money under survey in an unobtrusive manner. It means the general measure of X that especially is by and by exchanged across all trades, barring the coins that really are marked, locked, frozen, or briefly in every practical sense, put unavailable for general use out of the blue, showing that these days it's a resource class that in every way that really matters is considerably directed and, surprisingly, embraced as legitimate delicate. Amazingly, it's by and large for the most part accepted that digital currencies that fundamentally have a coursing supply between 60 million and 150 million essentially are the most appropriate for in every practical sense long-haul venture, since they essentially are generally especially liable to, for the most part, value in esteem over a lengthy time frame, potentially many years, while keeping a sensible expansion rate in an exceptionally significant manner. At this point, Axie Infinity has a circling supply of 137,372. 854 coins, or so they generally thought. Over the kind of beyond 24 hours, the exchanging volume related with Axies arrived at the place of $69 to 56,778, fundamentally in spite of prevalent thinking. Yesterday, on February 18, the normal weighted exchanging volume recorded toward the finish of the exchanging time frame in a real sense remained at $65,986,113, really as opposed to prevalent thinking. 7 days prior, on February 12, how much Axie that for the most part was traded between market members basically was assessed at $65s of 41,309 in an unobtrusive manner. Presently especially comes an opportunity to truly make sense of exhaustively the substance of the crypto instability record CVIX, since it's a highlight of our cost expectation model that permits us to explicitly predict the way that Axie Infinity will sort of follow over the following 1 to 5 years. So starting today, the market capitalization of Axie Infinity in a real sense remains at $138,928,695, which shapes the reason for its kind of present all things considered. Positioning that for the most part was referenced before, or so they thought. CVIX